ladies and gents. Y'all still there? And if anybody new, welcome. Let's get straight into it though. Today's video, I want to talk about temptations. It's something all of us have. It's something everybody deals with. Everybody goes about it differently. So let's talk about why it happens, how we could prevent it, ways we could try to prevent it, and just overall how to go about it, the whole thing. So let's start off with temptation itself. We all know what it is. It's temptation, usually something we don't want to do, but we usually can't resist the urge to do it. It could pop up randomly. It could pop up if we put ourselves in a situation where it's just gonna happen. I'm gonna talk about different types of temptation because it is many, and yeah, such and such. Now, types of temptation, it could be a lot. Most people usually talk about lustful temptations, usually like pornography, masturbation, sex, whatever. It's other kinds of temptation. Usually it could be like laziness. You have the temptation to just stay in bed all day and do nothing. You have the temptation to go somewhere and stuff your face with food you don't really need. You have the, oh wow, what is that? You have the temptation to just do something you really don't want to do. We also have temptations to do stuff we do want to do, but sometimes we just don't do it. Why? I don't know. So now that we figured out different kinds of temptations and how it is, what causes it, now it really depends on the person. Like if you're somebody that deals with, let's say the pornography, what could trigger it? You could be bored. That's usually the main trigger, boredom. You don't have enough to do, so your body tries to give you something to do, just the wrong thing. You know it's wrong, but you still give into it every time. A way you could deal with that is probably by, removing the boredom, finding something, making yourself be active. If you're home doing nothing, like me, I was home doing that, and I could have given in the temptation. Not saying that I had any, but it's so many different outcomes I could have done rather than making a video on temptation. Let me just fix this fail. So it's many ways you could go about it. Now, it isn't bad. It's not a bad thing to have temptations. It's just how you go about it. If you carry your phone in the bathroom all the time, it's like, dog, I don't know what else you expect, but do some devious thing to your body. It's like if you go somewhere with a lot of cakes and unhealthy food, it's like you're gonna be tempted to buy it. That's another temptation, to overly spend all your money, go broke. Don't do that. Save your money and put it into things you really need. Another temptation is probably like weed or liquor. Another temptation. So how do we stop it? One of the ways I kind of go about it, in order for me to do something bad, I have to do something good. What do you mean by that? Okay, if you want to beat your meat, you gotta go do 25 push-ups. Simple as that. After the 25 push-ups, you probably wouldn't even want to do that anymore. If you want to smoke weed, you have to read a chapter in a book. After you read that chapter, you probably wouldn't even want to smoke. But even if you do, at least you did something good before you did something bad. It isn't as bad as just doing it by itself, because now it's kind of like you improving yourself to take it away. It's bad, obviously, but it's an improvement than rather just going out your way to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the ways I handle it. Like last night, I had temptation. As y'all know, I coming up on about 50 days of semen retention. And you gotta have temptations, obviously. Like, dog, it's been 50. Well, it ain't been 50 days yet, but coming up on 50, like, dog, a nigga is kind of tempted. I do be having a bunch of urges, but I I just have to calm myself. Like, I be seeing girls every day. I have the temptations all the time. All the time. But it's like you just have to calm yourself. The more you go about it, the easier it'll get over time. And yeah. So the next time you wanna spend $50 on a pack of weed that you probably don't need, save 50. Don't spend 50 if you can't save it. That's not really smart. You could invest that 50 into something better. And trust me, I used to do drugs. Like, I literally only like about 4 or 5 days since I last smoked. Like, dog, I be done. Like, last night I was really tempted to just go out my plug. I had to go sleep. Real talk. But like I said, I was reading this book. Ain't nothing crazy, I ain't gonna lie. I probably read about like 20 chapters of this book last night. I ain't trying to sponsor the book, but it just was an interesting book. Somebody gave it to me. It really is interesting. So that's what I did last night. It's so much things I could have done last night. I had temptation to, you know, go give in to my lustful self. But like I said, I couldn't do that. Nah, it isn't to bring anybody down. Like I say, everybody have temptations. It's just how you go about it. Stopping yourself in a situation where you're gonna have a temptation. That's not smart. But like I said, that's the main thing I do. Just replace it, or in order to do it what you're replacing it with. Get your body used to having to go through uncomfortability in order to do something that you're comfortable with. You're comfortable with eating unhealthy food, junk. You find it healthy to beat your meat every day, and it's not. You find it healthy to spend an unhealthy amount of money every day. It's not. You find it healthy to smoke and drink every day. It's not. So if you want to do those things, you have to replace it, or you have to make it difficult to do. Stop putting yourself in situations where you could do these things. Stop hanging around friends that smoke if you trying not to smoke. Stop carrying your phone in the bathroom. Stop leaving yourself vulnerable home alone all the time. Like, go outside. It's so much things you could do. You just not choosing to do it. You know the things you could do. I'm sure you're aware that you could like do a couple push-ups before you did it, but as much as people want to think that they want to get rid of these temptations, they don't want it that badly, so they constantly give in to it. And that's all it is. It's just you, really. It's you holding yourself back, but also trying to push yourself forward. It's like your brain is split in two. The part of you that wants to stop it, the part of you that wants to continue. And it's like the part of you that wants to continue, you keep giving the upper hand because you keep giving it the advantage by putting yourself in these scenarios. So yeah, the next time you get a temptation, dog, go do 25 push-ups, go read a book, go watch a educational video, go take a walk outside, go meditate, go do something. Just don't give in to the temptation. Stop making it so easy. Stop making yourself so vulnerable. At least put some shields up so when that temptation comes to sock you in your mouth, because it's gonna hit, it'll be some protection. It'll be less impactful. But if you leave yourself vulnerable, when that temptation come in with that right hook, you KO every time, and then you regret it after. And you don't want that, so yeah. And that's really it for all today. I don't want y'all to think I'm perfect. I have temptations too. I'm sure in the next couple of days, you will probably see a video of me saying I gave into something. But that's just me being realistic. Obviously, I'm going to fight it. I'm going to keep doing what I do. Like I say, that's really what helped me to get this far, honestly. Every time I had an urge, I just did something I didn't want to do. Like I said, in order for you to be comfortable, you have to live uncomfortably. Or you have to do uncomfortable things. Like, working out is uncomfortable for you, but in the long run, it'll make you have a very comfortable life. You know what I'm saying? Eating healthy food could be uncomfortable for you, but in the long run, it'll give you a really healthy life. The comfortable things are usually things that keep you in an uncomfortable situation. I want y'all to let that sink in. Comfortability means being uncomfortable in the long run. Comfortability now means being uncomfortable in the long run. Being uncomfortable now means you live a comfortable life because you build that structure for now instead of later, instead of waiting, instead of procrastinating. And that's another type of, I wouldn't say it's a temptation, but overthinking, procrastination, that's a type of temptation. I look at it like that. And like I said, all of these could be good if you just do the right things and make the right plays. Now, I ain't gonna drag this video no more. That's really all I had to say. That's what I do. That's how I obviously work on a temptation. It ain't gonna last forever. I promise you, after, if you could have just last about 10 to 15 minutes, you would have been straight. But usually within that 10 to 15 minutes, we give in to it. So we usually fail. But I hope I could have helped somebody. I hope I did help somebody. Sorry. And if I did help you, just drop a like, subscribe. I don't know. You don't really have to, but if I help you, I would think you want to see more of my videos, you know? But that being said, that's all from me. And until I see y'all niggas again, you know, niggas, ladies, all y'all. Also, don't give in to the temptation. Yeah, it's like, stop tattooing that girl, please. Every time that girl tattoo you, want to tattoo back like, dog. Build some structure. She clearly just using you. Clearly. And I tell you that because that's what I used to go through. Please cut that girl off. Or cut that nigga off. I don't know. Girl or nigga. Just cut them off, dog. It ain't making no sense. But that being said, peace.